We're talking about women dying. We're talking about more than half the population not being able to make decisions when not even half of this body has a uterus. But here we are, being silenced yet again. And understand, when you're silencing us, we are actually elected officials like you all. So you're silencing millions of voters from every corner of the Commonwealth when you silence us and don't allow us to amend bills that won't let people vote, that won't allow women to make their own decisions. You're silencing all of us. So we need to suspend the rules and let this amendment come through before we rush this off to the voters. Those same voters that you tried to silence in 2020 when you didn't like the outcome of the election. Those same voters that you said it didn't matter what they chose. Those are the people you're trying to shut up.
That was Joanna McClinton, Pennsylvania House Representative of the 191st District, and she serves as a minority House leader. She delivered a brilliant speech on July 9th, admonishing the actions of Republicans seeking the silence of voices of the millions of Pennsylvanian voters who want to protect their right to choose. This is the exact energy I want to see from every Democratic leader, because we're still in the midst of losing major ground on the freedoms we all value and the power we need to make them a reality. The reason I admire Representative Joanna's fire is because we need more people like her who walk the walk they're talking. I cannot stress this enough when I say that every one of us need to tap into these state and local elections. The Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade and sent it back to the states so state legislators could determine whether or not we the people have the right to choose. And yes, it's Congress that votes for the Supreme Court, but where do you think these people come from? State government positions. Only voting is not going to bring us a victory, but voting to get progressive champions in the right positions can help us get there, because clearly the established Democrats aren't willing to fight hard enough. I don't like to be a negative Nettie, but we need to quickly go over the executive order recently signed by Biden on abortion rights. While many see it as a first good step, there's still a lot more that needs to be done. The executive order focuses on 3 things. It outlines updates to existing guidelines for providers and hospitals to guarantee access and usage of abortion services, especially in the case of emergencies. It calls for additional funding and information to be used for the public through departments like the Department of Health and Human Services to provide resources, information, and protect the use of contraception. And finally, they plan on protecting internet search data through the Federal Trade Commission and the security of clinics. Now, don't get me wrong, they should be planning and working towards amending the right to choose. But how many people are going to suffer before they finish planning and actually implement their plans? If you ask me, they should have had these solutions outlined and ready to go. I want establishment Democrats to prepare like they're actually fighting for people and not for re-election. Poor people in the red states aren't going to see any of these changes. Many of them are Black women like me who are 3 times more likely to die during childbirth than our white counterparts. There are people laying bare their pain and privacy to advocate for this issue, and it's a damn shame they have to use their trauma to make a point. Biden, the people want and need more from y'all. Many grassroots organizers and advocates for abortion rights have been calling for Biden and his administration to provide travel funds and legal protections for people who have to travel across state lines to get care. He could also urge the FDA to finally end restrictions on the licensing pharmacies need to sell abortion medication. And that's only a small fix to the increasing problem we're facing. With the 2022 midterms quickly approaching, Democrats need to be fighting like hell and delivering on the needs of the people. Like, seriously, I will not let it slide that Biden did not use an executive order to forgive student loan debt or legalize marijuana. Democrats, it's time to get it together. Thank you all for watching Rebel HQ. Subscribe to the channel, and if you're in Pennsylvania in the 191st District, make sure you all vote for Representative Joanna McClinton in November.